It is May Evanton, ooh, and I'm in Lombard, monitoring the situation with the supply chain. I'm in Joel Osco. This is the town I grew up in, the town I lived in since I dropped out my mother's twat in Nixty before I moved to Florida in 1986, which is a fucking cesspool of fucking shit. Oh God, is it bad? Oh, they got Angel here pasta, thankfully. Yeah, I'm gonna get some of that before I leave. I'll get some of that. This is not just because of the pandemic, but it's because of the war. Russia invading Ukraine. I heard that's where the wheats come, in both Ukraine and Russia. So that's the result of this fucking bullshit happening. And it was, they say this is predicted in the Bible. Where and how, I don't know. So it's still pretty badly wiped out, as I can see here. When I made a video of Cub Foods in Edina, I forgot to check the pasta. The sauce is not as badly, it's not as bad. I mean, this is like maybe about 50% full. Yeah, and you can look also behind. He said behind. Maybe it's 2 words of it's full, but it's still, the pasta seems to be getting pretty bad. Just wondering how it affects Lombard. I think it's worse in the Twin Cities though, with everything. I'll go on aisle X for the, I don't know where the toilet paper is. The apple juice. Yeah, the apple juice is not doing bad. It was pretty bad in late February and early March, but they seem to have it stocked back up, and it's been stocked up since then. Oh, no, the next thing is the toilet paper. Where's the toilet paper? Toilet paper over here. Oh, there's the pet food. I'll come back to that. Oh, here's the toilet paper. The toilet paper is getting a little bit low. Not as bad as when the pandemic began. It's a little bit low in spots. I'd say it's about 79% full. Yeah, there was no toilet paper at all when the COVID began. People were out of toilet paper. How were they able to wipe their stinky, smelly ass after they took a shit? Makes me wonder. What's the pet food is only in the next aisle. I think I gotta make this short anyway. I'm gonna buy that Angel here before I leave, because they didn't have it at other places. Yeah. I'm just trying to see what bath tissue. People don't use toilet paper to take a bath. Why don't they just call it shit wiping paper? Or I know people are oversensitive snowflakes. You can't call it shit wiping paper. Let's compromise. Let's call it poo-poo removal material. Can you handle that? Can some people handle that? It causes me stress to have to make a video. I can't even see what they... Yeah, that bathroom tissue. Bath tissue. People don't use toilet paper to take a bath. They use it to wipe their stinky, smelly ass after they take a shit. I'm gonna just monitor the pet food aisle. I think the stock is better in the western suburbs than Chicago than the Twin Cities, especially Murder-Apples and St. Paul. The suburbs like Edina, they do a little bit better with the supply chain, but even Bloomington and Roseville is wiped out kind of bad for its suburbs. Now the pet food. Yeah, here the cans are filled up pretty good. Well, it's not good, but it's better than it was. I mean, yeah, it's better than it is in certain places. The pet food, it was almost wiped out to nothing. I mean, I'd say it's only 95% wiped out. Here it's about, I would say it's about X%, maybe about half full from what I'm looking here, based on estimate of my eyes. I don't have time to do the math, or do the meth. Okay, now the pet food, the bags of pet food is good. Even the cat litter is a little bit low. I mean, imagine if you couldn't run out of cat litter, you can't scoop the turds and the balls of piss out of that cat's litter box. But before I conclude the video, because I just want to make it short, because I don't want anyone to give me any shit once they get it in. Oh God, look at these pussies. They have Asperger's. Look at that pussy. He's definitely on the autism spectrum. I grew up in Lombard. I didn't know I had Asperger's when I was growing up in Lombard. It was like 40 years ago. And the Aunt Evanas and Adas, and I got treated like shit for being different and unique. And I'm looking at I wonder where yes. This looks like one of the cats I had, the Ekin cat I had, and I can tell he's definitely got Asperger's. Yeah, I think every single cat here is on the autism spectrum. I didn't know I was on the spectrum until June. I was on, which happened at the same time that David Carradine croaked while he was jerking off, which is why I started the Church of David Carradine. I don't have any time left, so I'm just gonna stop the video. And I always like to conclude with the pussies. Look at that cat. Look at him. I can tell that he's on the autism spectrum. Definitely on the autism spectrum, because he stares out into space. And cats are on the autism spectrum because they have a mind of their own, just like I do.